Hey guys, good morning. It is Valentine's Day. Oh, my camera's a little bit awkward. Okay, there we go. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope everyone is doing well. It is February the 14th, Tuesday. How was everyone's Monday? My Monday was a little challenging. That reading yesterday was, premonition to my day. It was a very overwhelming day. And in the spirit of that, I want you guys to think about self-care, right? Self-care is, it's more than just spas and salt baths. It's protecting your energy, protecting your time, protecting your spirit, if you will. It is absolutely necessary. And there are times we can forget to do that. And we should be very mindful of that. So that is the message I'm getting today. No sympathy. Peter Tosh. Check out that, or is it Peter Tosh? I think it's Peter Tosh or Bob Marley, one of the reggae guys. Anyway, that song, No Sympathy. Go check it out. In the meantime, we're going to be looking at the current energies. Current energy for today. Current energy for today. Current energy for today. Current energy for today, please. Can I get Spirit Source, God, Creator, Universe, share with us the current energy for today. Very tight lips. See, I feel like they're spent. We're spent. It's time to go within. It's time to not share so much with others. Like I said yesterday, guys, everything in the reading is a message, not just the cards, right? And the fact that we're not getting cards right away, not wanting to share that current energy, well, that's indicative of what needs to happen, right? That's a lot of cards in there down. All right, one more time. One more time, and then we're just gonna go to the oracles, because this is crazy. There we go. Okay. Two amazingly beautiful cards. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Moon. So, Queen of Pentacles, she is the queen of all resources. She knows how to get shit done, and she's very grounded. She's very the 3D queen, right? She can take and make $1 out of 99 cents. And she doesn't need to see it to know that it's there. Her eyes are closed. She's of nature. She connects with nature. She knows that most of her resources are going to come from nature. Think about, your house is made of wood, from nature. You eat food in the garden, from nature. Even if you're not a vegetarian and you eat meats, that's an animal, from nature. Fish, from nature. Your clothing, back in the day, back in the caveman day, used to be animal skin, animal hide, if you will, from nature. Everything we have eventually comes, even money, guys. Money is printed on paper, which is made of wood, which comes from nature. And that is what our Queen of Pentacles is aware of. Everything we need is provided for us by the earth. God would not have put us on this earth if the earth could not sustain us. We've gotten to where most people forgot about that. They forgot that we don't need, $5 million homes. We just need a shelter. We don't need to be eating, caviar and filet mignon and lobster every night. Vegetables are fine from the garden. It's still going to sustain us. And what's going to make you happier? At the end of the day, what's going to make you happier? Is it chasing that money and not having time to enjoy the things that you can afford? Or is it scaling back on those things, those 3D things, those materialistic things, and having more time and energy? Because consider this, guys. What if time and energy is your currency now? Interesting thought. Time and energy are much more valuable in currency-wise than coins. Just throwing it out there. We have learned to exchange our time for money in the way of a job. We've learned to exchange that money for food, shelter, and necessities, right? When in the past, the job is just the middleman. It's just a way for the government to make the money. If you use that skill to trade with the guy that has the food, and you eliminate the job and you eliminate the money, then you eliminate the control that they have over you. And that's what she knows. That's our Queen of Pentacles. That's understanding that. Understanding that anything outside of you is an option. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's, if they're not adding to your energy, then they're stealing from it. And know when to back off from that, right? Like I said, self-care. Take care of your own energy. The job, the middleman, what does he do? You know, I'm thinking of that movie Office Space, where they have a software analyst in the box, if you will, being interviewed, and they say, okay, what do you do? He says, I take the software requirements from the customer to the developer. And they're like, okay, and then what? Because then I take the changes back from the developer to the customer. And they're like, okay, so what do you actually do? He's like, I'm the guy that tells the developers what the customers need. And they're like, well, why can't the customers just tell the developers? Like, your job is pointless. All you're doing is taking energy, wasting space, wasting time, and getting paid for it. And ask yourself, how many of those people exist in your life? Interesting question. I don't often read the Queen of Pentacles that way, but that's what I saw today, guys. Recognize those people that are adding to your resources. They're just taking from it. And protect your own, and you'll have more time and energy and money in the long run. To the Ten of Cups, ultimate joy in family, ultimate happiness. There is nothing happier than the Ten of Cups when it comes to love. So happy Valentine's Day. You guys are all feeling it today. Pure love, pure joy, pure unconditional love. And I do hope that this starts with self. It has to start with self, guys. You cannot give unconditional love until you learn to give it to yourself, or at least accept it, which is in effect, in a way, giving it to yourself. You can't give something you've never experienced yourself. You can't give someone comfort if you've never been comforted. You wouldn't know what that looks like. You know, you wouldn't understand the feeling behind it. So we have to experience the opposite of the thing that we want in order to experience the thing that we want. And we've been through it, guys. I mean, we've been through it. The last few years have been some intense energies, some intense lessons, some intense shadow work, some just intense. And now it's paying off, because now you understand. You've been through the ringer, so now it's time to experience the opposite. The moon, you don't see it coming yet. You're still drowning in that emotion. It's Valentine's Day, so I'm not surprised. Maybe you're, thinking about that past love that got away, or the love that you got away from that is in your highest good, and somehow you still miss that person. And that's okay. Because you know what? At the end of the day, guys, we're human. And even when things are not good for us, and even when we need to let them go, we still have to grieve and mourn and understand that the person we fought really, really hard to be wanted that at one time. And it didn't always work out the way we wanted, or that person deceived us and wasn't the person that we thought they were, or any number of reasons that relationships go away and we start drowning in emotion, because the moon is what hides, right? It's in the dark of night. I'm trying to think of the right word. Not shields. Veils the lesson. We don't see what the lesson is yet. We're still drowning in that emotion. And once that emotion is, once we do the shadow work, we see the light in the dark here. Once we do that shadow work, we'll see and understand the lessons, and then it will become clear. It will make sense. It will feel better, right? But it's going to hurt for a minute, and that's okay. I'm just going to skip right to Oracle for advice, because I'm using my 4 Agreements deck and running a little bit late today. So, that's my fault. Sorry, guys. Can I get some advice for the day to go with this beautiful reading? Can I get some advice for today to go with this reading? can I get some advice for you? Oh, something flipped. Let's see. Discern the truth. You know what, guys? It took me a long time to figure out what discern meant. Pun intended. Don't make assumptions. Discern the truth. Trust your gut. Trust that you are the key. You hold the key to the knowledge of transformation, right? The key is in the knowledge. And the true knowledge. Your truth. Your truth doesn't have to be everybody else's truth. And seldom is. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe they are the truth. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, then we react by sending emotional poison with our world. This creates a whole big drama for nothing. Okay, example time. Let's say someone stops speaking to you. I don't know her, just for no reason, from your perspective, no reason. You will ruminate about that and make the assumptions that you did something wrong, they did something wrong, they found something out, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, your brain will just go over and over and over again trying to figure out the reason, right? Pick up the phone and ask. Pick up the phone and ask. Get the answer to the question. If you did nothing wrong, you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear anyway. But making an assumption that about how they feel or about why this is happening is never the truth. Never. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Unless you're, I don't know, God. You don't know what's in people's heart. You might be able to predict patterns. You might be able to say you're psychic and feel the energy. And I don't discount that. And I do think that is a real thing. But we are all human and we all have free will. And at the end of the day, guys, you never know 100% unless you ask. So don't make the assumptions. Discern the truth. Feel the truth. Feel what's right to you. Understand that what's right for you may not be right for someone else. And that's okay. All right? Use your discernment, guys. Understand. Let this emotion drown a little bit. Enjoy this love today on Valentine's Day and understand that everything you need is right there for the taking. Everything you need is right there. The earth, Mother Gaia, God, Spirit, Source, Creator, Universe, always provides. It's always conspiring to give us what we want. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you so much. Happy Valentine's Day again. Love and light.